Hello and welcome to another piece of Cicero news for Imperator Rome. And it is good. Cicero has been updated, the 5th update, so I guess it's 1.2.5 now. And yeah, you can play right now. So if you weren't aware, it's, I can show you right now. That's not it. If you're in your library, you can go to Imperator Rome. You right click on it, go to Properties, in Betas. This drop-down menu, you want to click on 1.2 beta. If you're already on it, then if you click here or hover over your library, go to Downloads, and it will be in your Downloads folder, and you have this little symbol here if it is yet to download. So, with that out of the way, let us have a look at what changes are coming in this version. So, let's start with the new features, shall we? We can now turn a city or a metropolis into a settlement, acquiring tyranny in the process. The former city will harbour resentment to the state, and its inhabitants will likely start migrating away due to the now lower population capacity. So if you weren't aware, if you are, if you have, your land, if you have a city, I think I have a city right here, yes, I can turn this into a metropolis. I apparently can also change it back down. There we go, revoke city status. So it's 5 tyranny, which seems rather cheap. 50 political influence, you get +2 local unrest, and migration attraction -2 for only 2 years. That seems very, very cheap. Say, reasons why you'd want to do this. For example, cities are not very good at producing food, especially since cities actually can't produce food anymore. We'll go into that in a little bit. So cities are not very good at producing food. So if you have too many cities in a single area with maybe not enough import routes, the city will start to starve. So maybe you want to get rid of one of these cities so that you can have a food producing province. Oh, territory. I need to get used to the nomenclature now. Territory. Anyway, let's go back. So for game balance, we've reduced the price of province investments. So thankfully, we have the game open so we can actually see what these changes are instead of just, oh, it's lower. How much by? Oh, I don't know. It's just lower. So it previously was 100 political influence, I believe. Now seems to be 80 across the board. Fair enough. And we'll go back here again. There we go. Increase the effect of military province investment. Probably should have read that one before going back. But anyway, previously it was +2% population output. Now it's +4%. Fair enough. Horse archers now take extra morale damage. This is, I think, a direct, what's the word? A direct response, let's say, to a thread that's going on in the Imperator Rome forums right now, where people are saying that horse archers are a little bit overpowered, and they aren't wrong. Horse archers are definitely overpowered. So yeah, this is one of the reasons, or one of the ways, I should say, that they are trying to balance that. Fair enough. When upgrading a settlement producing a food trade good to a city, it will acquire a new trade good. That could be very interesting. Should the city become a settlement again in the future, it will revert to the trade good it used to have when it was a settlement. So yeah, cities will never produce food, which I really like. This is making the difference between cities and settlements just wider in general is a great thing, I think. Make them very, very different so that you cannot, under any circumstances, survive with just cities. It is not a straight upgrade at all. So yeah, love it. Cities now have a much higher ideal population ratio for freemen and citizens. Good. Barracks are now constructed in settlements and will increase the ratio of freemen and the manpower of a territory. Lovely. So instead of it being a city building, it's now a settlement building. Fair enough. The national idea, state religion, now grants +5 civilization capacity from 10. So a bit of a nerf there. I don't think I ever used that one, so meh. The last 2 tribal laws in the centralization path now grant 5 civ capacity instead of pop-type happiness. Fair enough, I guess. Temples reduced to 1 local conversion speed from 2, and theatres reduced to 1 local assimilation speed from 2. And also, base conversion and assimilation speed for all pop types has been reduced. So immediately, when I was reading this, obviously I was reading in order, and these three came up, and I was stunned, to be honest, because I felt that conversions, or specifically assimilations, were way too slow. I felt it was much harder to get that ball rolling. But then I saw this one. Penalty for wrong dominant culture and religion to action speed reduced. This is worded terribly, in my opinion, but just to go over what that actually means. Go back to our game here, click on this province, and we can see we have, a wrong culture here and a wrong religion here. So we click view pops and we can see that it's converting at 2.13, and the dominant religion is not state religion is only negative 10%. That's not the interesting one. The interesting one is here. Dominant religion is not state religion, negative 25%. I feel like I'm missing something here. I had one where it was showing much better. Damn it. Quickly. You didn't see this part. This is edited out. I mean, it's not going to be edited out, but pretend that you're not seeing this. Come on, open it up. Show me Phrygia. I had a look on Phrygia, and it was showing it nicely. All right, so dice cast. Yeah, sure, whatever. So, yeah, because what I was doing was showing a province that actually wasn't, the wrong dominant culture, whereas I want to see one with the wrong dominant culture. So if we view pops here, the dominant culture and religion of this area is Sibylline Isaurian, and Phrygia, of course, is Macedonian Hellenic. So here we go. Dominant religion is not state religion is negative 25%. Dominant culture is not primary culture is only negative 10%. This is a huge nerf, or I guess buff to conversion, and a same with culture conversion here. Dominant religion is not state religion is only negative 10%, and dominant culture, not primary culture, is negative 25%. If I remember rightly, those were 33% and 40% respectively. So it's going to be possible to culture convert before you religiously convert. Previously, it was very difficult to get that ball rolling. But even with the nerf to the buildings and the nerf to the base, lowering those percentages is so impactful. It is going to make it possible to convert everywhere, just a bit slower than, after the ball started rolling. So yeah, I like it. This is a fantastic change. And yeah, just a rebalance, basically. So, back here. Here we go. Reduced price of provincial investments. We already have that. Okay, fair enough. Increased effect of military province investment. We already saw that as well. There. You just doubled it up. Okay, whatever. Inventions are now more expensive. Not sure of a good way to show this one. I'm not sure how much more expensive it is. I haven't played Phrygia in a long time. I do remember my Tectosagia game, however. It was about 2.35 ducats for an invention at the very beginning of the game. Maybe if we load up Tectosagia, we can actually see how much it's, become more expensive. So let's have a look at the inventions. It's now 6.9. Wow, that's a huge change. If I'm right and it was 2.35, and I'm fairly confident it was, that's a huge change. So having a look at the economy, they make 263. 263 relating to 690. No, I'm not going to do the maths on that, but there's maths involved, and yeah, that's how it is. Inventions previously were based on your unmodified income. So your income here and your commerce, but before you have any inventions like property tax or any laws involved at all. Whether that's changed or not, I really can't tell. I guess we're going to have to wait until the devs actually, speak out about that. So, there's that. Tribes can now found cities but pay more unless they have abandoned the nomadic lifestyle law. That's really nice. And I think it means the migratory tribes, because I'm fairly sure regular tribes could always do it, right? I'm almost certain that was the case, but I might be wrong. But yeah, that's fine. It's cool. The AI will no longer trade away food if it would cause them to starve. Fair enough. AI countries will found more cities over time. Love it. Good. Added icons for political influence and military experience. This was done in the previous update. Food capacity, and settlement cities and metropolis. Metropoles. So, looking at the food... What country am I again? Tiktasagi, right. The food icon is now this basket with baguettes in it. Okay. Fair enough. The city... I don't have a city here, but we can have a look down here. The city is this one. That's apparently also a city. No, that's a settlement. I don't know if those have changed. What is the difference between these two? Have a look over here. We've got a city, and we've got a settlement. They're identical. And there is no metropolises, I believe, at game start. If there was going to be one, it'd probably be either Alexandria, which is a city, maybe somewhere in here. No. You look pretty populous. Metropolis. Yeah, no, that looks fairly identical. They look identical. Maybe it's a bug, or maybe they're not planning on making them different. I don't know. I would hope they make them different, because that would be kind of nice. So back to the update again. Food capacity also has one. I didn't look at that, but whatever. Setup and script. No city, not shitty. No city should now start producing a food trade good, and added events relating to food. Lovely. And then bug fixes. You can't abort assaults by retreat. You fixed a rare crash when revolts failed. Removed buildings were in the wrong kind of territory in Heracleopolis. It's no longer possible to abort assaults by retreat. Apparently, it's still no longer possible. And then occupation will no longer turn food storage capacity to 0, causing harsh starvation and depopulation during wartime. A lot of people have been complaining about depopulation during wartime, so yeah, I guess that's a good thing. And yeah, that is your update. Cicero 1.2 Update 5. So, my question to you guys. Do you like the changes? What other changes would you like to see? I'm currently in the process of writing a script for my ideas for a trade overhaul. In the same vein as we had the food overhaul and the mana overhaul. Like, this would be along that same kind of scale, and it's what I would love to see with the trade goods. So my question to you is, what would you change? What one feature would you change? And give as much detail as you can, because you know what? Maybe if I really like it, we can have a bit of a chat about it. I'll make a video about it. Might be an idea. Anyway, let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.